You know that feeling, right? That little knot of dread in your stomach when you're about to check your bank account? We're always told you need like $1 million to finally feel wealthy. But what if I told you that's not really true? There's a much smaller, way more achievable number that completely flips the script on your relationship with money. And once you hit it, everything changes.
Okay, let's just get right into it. If you've ever tried to save money, you know the beginning is just brutal. It feels like you're spinning your wheels and getting absolutely nowhere. So why is that? Why does it feel like you're fighting this impossible uphill battle?
I love this analogy because it is so perfect. It captures that initial struggle completely. You are putting in so much effort to get that financial boulder moving. You're saying no to things you want, you're working hard, and for what? Your savings account barely even budges. It's exhausting, and honestly, it's where most people just give up.
But then something happens. If you stick with it, there's a point where all that pushing pays off. The boulder gets to the very top of the hill, and suddenly it starts to roll all by itself. Well, that turning point, that crest of the hill, it happens right around this number, $20,000. Everything before this moment feels like you're fighting against gravity. Everything after feels like gravity is finally on your team. So what is the big deal with 20 grand? What's so special about this number? Well, what's so fascinating is that the real change isn't just about the math. Nope. The real transformation happens inside your own head. It's a huge psychological shift. See, when you have little or no savings, your brain is basically stuck in what psychologists call survival mode. Every single decision you make is filtered through a lens of fear and scarcity. Your brain is constantly asking one question: how do I survive? But once you have that cushion, you flip over into growth mode. All that mental energy is freed up, and the question completely changes. It becomes, okay, how can I grow this? You go from just reacting to life to actually planning it. I mean, this just says it all, doesn't it? You can't possibly think about long-term goals like retirement or investing when your mind is completely occupied with immediate emergencies. Like, how am I going to make rent next week? Your house is on fire. That is all you can possibly focus on. And look, this isn't just some vague feeling. We've got real data to back this up. Research from Vanguard actually shows that having just $2,000 in savings boosts your feeling of financial well-being by 21%. Push that up to around 20,000 and you get another huge jump. That buffer literally creates the mental breathing room you need to stop just surviving and to finally start building. All right, so once your psychology shifts, once your brain is on board, that's when the numbers start to get really, really exciting. Let's take a look at how your own efforts start to multiply. So let's say you're saving $1,000 a month and you're earning a decent 8% return on it. To get to your first $20,000, it's going to take about 19 months. Yeah. That's over a year and a half of discipline, of saying no, of consistent effort. It is a grind, no way around it. But here is the part that should get you fired up. Getting your second $20,000 doesn't take another 19 months. No, it only takes 17. You've just shaved 2 full months off the timeline. And why? Because that first 20 grand you saved is now in there working right alongside you. And that's the key takeaway here. You're putting in the exact same amount of work, saving the exact same amount of money, but you're getting to your goal faster. This is the magic of compound interest becoming real and tangible for the very first time. Your money isn't just sitting there anymore. It's actively helping you push that boulder forward. But hitting this milestone is about so much more than just watching numbers go up on a screen. It's about a fundamental shift in who you are and how you look at the world around you. Suddenly, you start seeing opportunities where before all you saw were threats. Seriously, think about what it actually takes to save $20,000. You had to learn discipline, you had to learn how to say no, but most importantly, you proved to yourself that you are the one in control. You've developed this incredible skill of delaying gratification, and that's not just a financial skill, that's a life superpower. And look at how this changes your perspective on everything. Before, an unexpected car repair was a complete financial disaster. Now, it's just an inconvenience. It's annoying, but it's not a crisis. Before, when a friend mentions some cool startup idea, you just kind of nod and say, oh, that's nice. Now, you can actually think, maybe this is an opportunity worth looking into. Having that cushion gives you options. And this new mindset, it doesn't just apply to your personal finances. It completely transforms your professional life. Having that financial cushion gives you leverage and really a secret superpower at work. It's called walking away money. And it's the security of knowing deep down that you could quit your job tomorrow and be totally fine for months. You might never actually do it, but just knowing you have that power changes everything. You stop negotiating from a place of desperation and you start negotiating from a place of strength.
This creates this amazing, powerful, positive feedback loop. Your financial security boosts your confidence at work, so you become more assertive, you finally ask for the raise you actually deserve. People notice this new confidence, you get better projects, your income grows faster, which of course just accelerates your wealth building even more. It all feeds on itself.
Okay, now for what I think is the most important part of this entire explainer. After all that grinding, all that hard work, it is so easy to make one critical mistake that can undo everything. Let's make sure that does not happen to you. You have to burn this into your brain, that first $20,000 is not a prize to go out and spend. It is not a reward for all your discipline. It is the foundation. It's the little seed that you worked so incredibly hard to plant, and now your job is to protect it so it can grow into a giant tree.
And this is where you have to start thinking about something called opportunity cost. Every dollar you spend today on something frivolous is a dollar you are stealing from your future self. The question is no longer, can I afford this? The new question is, what could this money become if I invested it instead? Just look at this slide. This shows the trade-off in the starkest terms possible. That $30,000 car isn't just a $30,000 expense today. It's the $200,000 it could have become over 20 years if you'd invested it. You're not just spending money, you're literally sacrificing chunks of your future freedom.
This is the final, most powerful mindset shift. Once you truly understand opportunity cost, making frugal choices doesn't feel like deprivation anymore. It feels like a power move. It's an intentional, strategic decision to prioritize your own future over some temporary status symbol.
Look, $20,000 won't make you rich overnight, but it will fundamentally change the entire game. It's the difference between just surviving and actually thriving. It's the difference between life happening to you and you designing your own life. So, your future self is waiting. What decision are you going to make today?